Mira and HarlequinAudio present The Dating Prohibition by Taj Mccoy, performed by Adenrele Ojo. To Mr. B. Thank you for sparking my imagination and unwittingly serving as my muse. To Michelle, Keaton, Neil, Tracy, and Shawnee, to Era Wine Bar, thank you for being an integral part of my definition of home. To everyone out there building toward the dreams that others deemed impossible, I see you. Keep going. Heart emoji. Chapter 1. Snort. Kendra jolted awake, her face pressed against the cool window shade. She forced a cough to clear her throat, her cheeks coloring, as she realized she'd been snoring. Her eyes darted around to see if anyone in the neighboring seats had heard, and she rushed to wipe the side of her mouth, checking for drool. No one in the row in front of her seemed to have noticed anything, and she was thankful that most of the first-class passengers were wearing noise-canceling headphones and watching in-flight movies. Pull yourself together, girl. Taking a deep breath, she covered her face with the palms of her hands, willing herself awake. The sweet woman next to her patted her arm with a chuckle. You must have been tired, dear. You missed the meal and everything. Thank God I didn't have to pay for this upgrade. Kendra yawned and nodded in agreement. I've traveled quite a bit in the past 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep. I could honestly go back to sleep right now. Are you heading home? Home. She smiled tightly. Yeah, something like that. Truth was, she'd been a tumbleweed for the past 2 years. Home was wherever she decided to rest her head, though she'd been craving a place to plant her roots. Something she hadn't been sure she'd ever do when she left. And she never fathomed that she'd have a desire to return to the U.S. to do so. A chime sounded before a flight attendant spoke over the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our descent into Reagan Washington National Airport. As we prepare for landing, please make sure your seatbacks and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position. Your laptops should be put away and... Kendra offered a small smile to her neighbor. Are you returning home? The woman shook her head, the scent of her gourmand perfume wafting over Kendra in waves of vanilla and toffee. My daughter's. She's going to be induced next week. My 4th grandbaby. She grinned with pride and rummaged through a purse, which she cradled in her lap protectively. Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting. A cell phone was shoved in her face, showing 3 smiling kids, 2 missing their front teeth. They're very cute. Once they landed and arrived at the gate, Kendra helped her roommate with her bag and headed toward baggage claim as her phone pinged with a text message. Lonnie, is you here yet? Inquiring minds, a.k.a. your nosy brother and your parents, want to know. Kendra, the eagle has landed. Lonnie, I know you haven't returned from Gulliver's Travels with a big-ass head, SMH. Make sure you look like something before you waltz your ass up in here. She rolled her eyes and sent her cousin a middle finger emoji before tucking her phone into her pocket. Returning home hit different now that Kendra was deemed a failure. It felt like tucking tail and admitting defeat after desperately trying to carve an uncharted path with nothing but hope and a blunt instrument. Whether anyone would admit it, the hushed tones of the Family Whisper Network turned up the volume on every inadequacy and failed attempt. And once again, the grumblings shone a spotlight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?